broadcasting from the Studio Clubhouse, Radio Free Radio, WRFR, Hampton, Virginia.
Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Take 2. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the... Okay, that sounds crazy. Chocolate milk and waffles. Who eats that? It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. All right. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this sounds so crazy. Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Take 15. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. It's the crazy, 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 crazy show. That's what it is. Okay, whatever. I can't.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get it on.
Who are these guys?
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
And here we are. We're back on another lovely Thursday. You are listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. I'm George.
And I'm Terrell K. Mercer. And I'm back!
Welcome back, man. I missed you last week.
I felt the love.
Yeah,
really
we're glad you called in. It was nice you were with us in spirit, good
yeah,
sir.
Definitely, man.
Well, welcome back to the show.
And we actually survived an entire month.
We did.
Yes.
This is our 1 month anniversary, isn't it?
Yes. What did you bring me?
What did I bring you? The joy of my presence.
Did you get the receipt?
No.
Oh, God, no. Yo, that voice you hear in the background
is the one and only
Q5.
Say what's up, Q.
Yo, what's going on, world? How y'all doing?
What up, Q?
Thank
you for being here. Welcome to the show.
He had nothing better to do with his day. So he was
Right.
like,
Yeah,
he was like,
you
let me
know
see
what,
what y'all.
I was like, in the midst of everything, I guess I could come do this internet radio thing for the first time in my life.
This is your first time?
On the internet.
It's your first time. We'll be gentle.
Oh, pause. Take that back right now. You don't say that to me. You don't talk to me like that.
You see
You
how
like it.
No.
I bowed out of the conversation.
Exactly,
Like,
right? Because it got very pausey. This is not how I imagine this starting. Let's cut. Take 2. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. All right, I'm George. I'm Terrell. I'm Q5. Hey,
Welcome,
guys.
Q5. Thank you
Hey,
for being here
what's
on the
going
show.
on
We
before we
appreciate
set
you
all this
being
party
here.
stuff?
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Oh, God. Yo, we got an interview to do, so you keep messing up the intro, bro. Gosh.
It's going to be that type of show tonight. All right.
This is happening because I know these guys already. Like, we have established relationships in real life, so, like...
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just gonna sound like we're talking like without mics, but we are.
It's going to happen. That's how it's
But Terrell's an idiot in real life, so
Indeed,
he's
always.
just being himself. Don't mind him, please.
With that being said, I am actually Waffles.
Yes, let's establish that. Anybody that knows George knows that he loves chocolate milk. So when you listen to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show, George is the chocolate milk.
Yes.
Everybody assumes it's Terrell because he's black, and you're
Racist.
wrong for that.
You're racist.
You're a liar and you're racist. Don't do it to yourself, okay?
Trump.
He's the chocolate milk. Terrell's the waffles. I'm here today. I'm the chicken. Chicken and waffles go together, and you
Wash
it
it down with the
chocolate
chocolate milk.
Oh, speaking of
Limited
which,
time, limited run.
with Q5 being here, don't forget you can call in today, 757
Oh, snap, we got phone numbers?
5920. Once again, the number is 757-848-5920. Usually I do events, but I don't even have any events right off top. But we always
Shout
know.
out to Arts Out Loud.
Oh yes, definitely. Always
Come
Arts
on, man.
Out Loud.
Come on, son.
Oh, we do that. We do that towards the end.
Oh yeah, I got you.
We,
My
we
bad.
do the shameless.
I'm
plug
always
for
in.
ourselves
I'm always
at
in
the end.
promo mode. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we always know to check out for local arts events. You can always check out our girl Talia Chapman at goodwordpoetryplus.blogspot.com. As always, she keeps you up to date on local events involving the arts of various types. And George is taking pictures of things.
Of the Star Wars figure with our logos. You'll see it on our Instagram.
Oh
the
yeah,
Chocolate Milk and Waffle
Instagram.
Show on IG.
Yes.
Let's get a little bit of business out of the way. We do take pleasure in the fact that we play nothing but local music. So if you have an MP3 of a song that you'd like us to play, or a comedy clip, or of you performing some poetry, send it to the Chocolate Milk and Waffles Show at gmail.com. That is the Chocolate Milk and Waffles Show, all one word, at gmail.com. Please send us MP3 formatted, if possible, labeled with your artist's name and song. The easier it is for us to identify the track, the more likely it'll be that we'll play it on the radio. That being said, I think it's a good time to go to our first track. Up next, we've got Her by Madeline. All right, we're back. You are listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on Radio Free Radio.
.com.
I am George.
And I'm Terrell, supposedly.
And we are here with Q5. What's up, Q?
Yeah. What's going on, y'all?
Q5, host of Cypher Tuesdays. Talk to us a little bit about what you do there.
Before I say that, shout out to Dawn Candy and one of my former managers, supervisor. She's listening right now in the beach. I see you, Dawn, or I hear you, whatever. I don't know.
She hears you.
She hears me. You know what I meant.
If you hear
All right,
her,
Cypher
that's
Tuesday. You know, I got that super hearing. Anyway, Cypher Tuesdays, very humble, open mic. We actually just celebrated 11 months this past Tuesday.
Congratulations.
So the first Tuesday in May will be coming up on a year. It's our anniversary. A lot of that seems to be going around lately, which is dope. So we're very excited about that. How I came into it was the spot that it's at, the address 5018. That's actually the name of the venue now. The name of it is 5018, and the address is 5018 East Princess Anne Road. But when I knew the spot already because I had an open mic there in 2013 called Word Up Thursdays. It was, shout out to Alicia Glover. It was her baby. She asked me to host it. It was my first time hosting something consistently. And I was hosting. It was her concept, but I hosted it. I kind of put it together and brought it up. But it got shut down because the venue was going through repairs and it fell through. So fast forward to 2015, the big homie Godchild the Omen, shout out to Godchild. Man, shout out to Godchild. He was like, yo, I got a venue. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I can't be everywhere hosting. So I'm going to start sending people out. Like, yo, this you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he was like, I got the venue, go check it out. And he said the address to me, and I'm looking at the address like, yo, this looks mad familiar, bro. Right. And so I go up there, I was like, man, it's my old spot. It's just under new management. Yeah, I was like, yo, this is home already. Like, I thought, you know what I'm saying? You think somebody's putting you in a brand new situation. I was like, I know this place. Yeah. Like, I know the bones of this building. You know what I'm saying? So I go in, I meet the manager, and I taste the food. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to be able to sell it and talk about it, whatever. I'm like, yeah, this is great. And so I think it was the timing was perfect because what really happened was he was like, yeah, we're looking to start like 2 weeks from now. And I was like, or like we knew about it some months out, but we was like, well, let's start in May. And the first Tuesday in May, he was like, you got Tuesday nights. It was Cinco de Mayo, which is 5/5/15. Yeah. I'm Q5. 5 is a very good number for me. Yeah. So I'm like 5/5/15. Duh, let's do it. Yeah. And so we just lucked up on the timing, and then like I was scrambling because me personally, anybody that knows me knows that I do the live band thing or live. You know what I'm saying? When I had my last open mic, I had a live band. Shout out to everybody that was a part of Word Up Thursdays. Thank you so much. But I was looking for a band, and I could not. I know drummers, I know keyboard players, but a lot of them play for churches or whatever. They're already in bands that do stuff. So I'm like, man. And somebody kept saying, yo, you need to holler at Zach. You need to holler at Zach. My roommate said it. Then my homegirl, Siobhan, said it. And I was like, well, let me check this guy out. Come to find out, my roommate, Sage the artist, threw a gallery in our house during the summertime. I was out of town at the time. He threw a gallery in our house, and he had Zach and his band Fortresses. Shout out to Fortresses. I see y'all.
I was actually at that. I actually went there early.
That was my house.
Yeah, I remember.
I just wasn't there.
Yeah.
So he was in my house. I could have met him a year before this even took off, but I wasn't home. So they was like, yeah, he's dope. They do like a little jazz thing. Met him, talked to him on the phone, like, yo, this is the idea, this is the concept. Zach is like one of those super thinkers, super brothers, and he's just like, yeah, sounds great. Let's do it. Whatever, right? So, you know, if you know Zach, you know how he just talk with a super deep voice, and he's just always thinking like, he's like, yeah, let's build it up, bro. I got you. So I'm like, I'll work with anybody that's willing to work and willing to build. Because when you start an open mic, you got to understand that like you're not going to come out the gate with, you know what I'm saying, everything.
It takes time to
and
build
the
it.
money to pay the band. But I was like, yo, if you work with me, I'm gonna try to get you there. You know what I'm saying? So he built with me, and we started back in last May. You know what I'm saying? Just to fast forward the story, we started back in May, and now we're 11 months coming up on a year, and it's been great the whole ride. I mean, it's been some, but it's been great. Like, I have no complaints.
All right. My question is, when you're talking about starting up an open mic, what are some elements that you feel like an open mic has to have?
Man, I think whoever's starting it, great question. You have to know your lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't come out the gate and try to do what George does at the venue. I can't come out the gate and try to do what you do at Arts Out Loud. But what I can do is pay attention to what you guys got going and mash it up with what I'm doing. Or, everybody, every great artist, borrows.
Yeah,
I don't want to say steals, but you know the saying, right? Like, we borrow. Like, there's things that I do at my spot that I got from George. There's things that I do at my spot that I got from Godchild. But this is from years of me being a participant in the audience and watching, and then being presented with this opportunity. I think you got to know your lane. You got to try to present something unique, because open mics are popping up left and right, which is a great thing for the culture, especially in this area. Beautiful thing for the culture. So it's like, with everybody having an open mic, you got to be able to stand on your own too and be like, well, this is why you should come to mine, because it's this, this, and this.
Right.
So know your lane, try to present something unique, and make it about the people, man.
Yeah.
Make it about the people. Don't let it get to be so grandiose that it's a production and that you forget about the people that are helping you build it, and the people that are coming to be entertained, and the people that are coming to be set free. Like, people really be looking for this stuff. Like, I was looking for it. Like, I got introduced to the whole open mic culture in late 09, early 2010. Actually, October, I can almost pinpoint the date because Facebook showed me October 9th, 2009. I was introduced to it, and it was at somebody's crib. My man used to do a thing called The Spot. Shout out to Markeith Royster. He's in Cali now. He used to do a thing called The Spot, and it was an acronym for showing people our talent. And it was every other Thursday. We would link up at somebody's house. People would bring food and drinks. We would socialize for the first hour, and then like around 10:30, 11 o'clock, it would start. Like, he would come in the middle of the living room space, because we'd be in somebody's living room, whatever.
Yeah.
He'd be like, this is The Spot. Let's go. It was no sign up. It was you just walk up and you spit. You know what I'm saying? And when I got put on it now, I was like, this exists? I've been looking for y'all my whole life.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like, once you know somebody in the realm of it, they put you on to everything that's going on. And so I got put on the Fuzzy Wednesdays. Like, I put on to the venue.
That's when you realize how big it actually is.
It was so much bigger. And it was like, once I found it, I was like, I've been looking for you my whole life.
Yes.
And everybody just embraced me, and they showed me so much love. And I just been soaking it up since. It's 2016 now. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I'm an old head with this now, but it's because it's a newer generation of poets and MCs and stuff coming up. And they're like, yeah, what's up,
And
big?
they cycle quick, man.
Yeah.
It's
Bruh.
cycles quick. Like,
They're like,
I've
calling,
been hosting the open mic for 4 years, and we've seen 4 or 5 waves of new people.
waves, super
Yeah.
waves. But what's crazy to me now is, you know what I'm saying, I'm 29 now. I guess 09, I was whatever age I was 6 years ago, 23, 22, something like that. Like, people are calling me big bro now. I'm like, what? Yo, I'm only, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of these cycles that we're talking about, these
Right.
circles that these go in, like, I'm like a young OG now. No, I'm just like, but like, you kind of are, because like, we've been at this. Like, I've done this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this. Like, I've walked miles to get to an open mic at some point or another. I've scraped together coins to get in. Like, please take all my pennies. Like, please, I just want to perform. Like, it's that real to me. So it's like, I kind of have to embrace it now. Like, somebody called me a mentor today. Like, it's a young lady, shout out to Sunny in Alabama. She came to visit here with her friend, and she came to Cypher twice. She came to the venue.
I met her a couple.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? She's trying to do an open mic in Alabama, and she was hitting me up like, yo, what should I do? How do I do this? And she's like, thank you for being a mentor. I'm like,
Wow,
what?
that's beautiful, man.
So it's like, yo, we have the responsibility to push this culture and to help people.
But if we're not doing
evolve.
it for that, then what? Then what for? You know, I think
It's
any
pointless.
host that's up there because he wants to be up there in front of people, you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
And
These shows can't happen
Yeah.
without our performers
And
and
it's
without
sad
our audience.
that I've actually gone into a couple of spots that are like that, and it truly hurts me. And it's just like, dude, you might as well do this in your living room.
Yeah.
Because if this all you're doing is trying to let people hear you, or hear your best friends.
Right. An open mic shouldn't have a headliner.
Nah.
That's what's called an open mic.
Shout out to Takira. She just reposted my post about this, so I got to shout you out. I'm sorry, but yeah, you can't do it. You can't be selfish with this.
Yeah, for
it's
real.
too much freedom, and it's too many people coming looking to be. It's for healing. Too many people coming to release. You know what I'm saying? This is an outlet. Like, I used to go to these open mics because whatever I was dealing with at the time was heavy, and I needed to get on the mic to get it off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that was my release. Like,
Yeah.
I was waiting all week for Fuzzy Wednesday. Shout out to the Fuzz Band. Shout out to Godchild the Omen. Shout out to everywhere they used to have it at, because I used to follow them everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're looking for, people are looking for this. Like, it's some people that are genuinely there, like, oh, I'm gonna go out with my girls, or I'm gonna go out with the fellas, we're gonna be entertained. Some people in there just scoping, you know what I'm saying, trying to
Yeah.
find a boo, whatever. But there's literally the core people, the diehards that stay when it's the last hour and it's,
Yeah, and it's
everybody,
for
you
you.
know what I'm saying? And it's for
Yeah.
those people, they're coming to look, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
need to feel it. So it's like, yo, you gotta do it for them, and it has to be pure, and it has to be from within you. Like, I could talk about
Yeah,
I'm
there's
getting
a
hype right
reason-
now. Like,
yeah, there's a reason people congregate in front of the open mic after it's over. They don't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why. Like, for a lot of people that attend open mics, that's the only time they have community, or
And
that,
to talk,
you know what I mean?
to be with like-minded
Right.
individuals.
And that's definitely what it was for me when I first started going. I would have never guessed that it would turn into what it turned into for me. And I'm sure you felt the same way. Like, when you first started going to open
Family.
mics, just to
family,
perform.
community.
Absolutely.
Bruh, literally when I got introduced to the scene, and it has changed very drastic, but when I was introduced in 09, 2010, the group of people that I came into it with, Breeze, I Life This the Poet, he's in Richmond and all over doing his thing. Breeze, J Poetry, Godchild, Markeith Royster, Jade Andwele, Andy. It was so many cats. It was family. It was literally like this group of people. When I got introduced to the spot, we would roll to open mics and just sign a list 10 deep and go back to back and crush. And we would go out to eat or whatever. It was literally community to this point where it was like, yo, if I didn't have it, somebody in the group looked out, or like everybody would chip in, or, you know what I'm saying? It was like that. And like somewhere along the lines, like, of course people grow up, things happen, people get married, they graduate,
They move on.
they
Life.
move on. Life happens. And so like the circle started dissipating a little bit, and then, you know, stuff happens. And then like, I think the culture got a little territorial, because then like around the time everybody started graduating, getting married, having kids, whatever, moving away, like then it was like a crew or somebody started an open mic out in Hampton. So then it became like, oh, that's the Hampton crew.
Right.
And it was like, we're the Norfolk guys. And it wasn't able that we were trying to be, but that's what it became. So it's like division started. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, you on the other side, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Poetic Expressions. They used to have a spot at Queensway in Hampton.
Yeah.
Much love to them and that whole crew. But like it became like the PE crowd, then it was like, oh, you the venue crowd, and then
Right.
we to this crowd, and like it was division. It was division.
And I remember that would happen, like a handful of us that were considered venue, and for those of you at home, I'm using quotation fingers,
Yeah.
were considered venue
Yeah.
family. We were just friends who all happened to be artists who all happened to go to the venue every
Yeah.
Monday. So we would go to other open mics together because we were friends, not
Yeah.
because we were trying to represent the venue.
Right.
But even the host would say, "Oh, venue's in the building."
Yeah.
When no,
We're poets.
we're in
Yeah.
the building.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a collective thing.
Yeah.
It's a collective
For
thing.
sure. And I'm sure you, like, there are people that call Cypher Tuesdays their home stage. Same with the venue. And we love and appreciate that. But it's small parts of a much bigger thing.
Exactly. And that's what I've always wanted people to feel when they come to Cypher Tuesdays, like that sense of purpose, that sense of community. And my literal thing, like I say it to people in conversation, but like the literal mission is like, I want you to be able to sit in the audience at my spot next to somebody that you don't know and end up having a conversation, or not even talk to them, but you experience Cypher together, right? And then you might see them in a grocery store or something, and you be like, yo, was you at da-da-da-da? And y'all have a conversation, and then y'all go to lunch or y'all talk because y'all shared a collective experience, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's been happening. So I'm like, yo, like when people tell me, like I had a homegirl, Sandro Pay came, caught the bus to the spot. Shout out to the people, the diehards. I catch the bus to my spot, but whatever. Like she came and she didn't have a way home, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna make sure I find you a ride. She sat next to a poet that had came the girl's name was like Queen Sedina, I think, for the first time. She came and sat next to her. They ended up chopping up. The girl gave her a ride home. That's what I'm here to do. That's the whole purpose. Let me unify. Shout out to Rhonda. Let me bring people together, and y'all become friends. And now y'all ride together, or you got to ride to the spot, and a friend for life, or for this time, this season in your life, because you came to Cypher. Just because we happen to be at the right place at the right time in the right venue, and you were looking for something to do. You know what I'm saying? It's powerful stuff, man.
It is powerful.
This is not. I don't take it lightly, man. I get excited, man, about bringing people together, bro.
Yeah, it definitely shows in your stage presence when you're holding down an event. For
Appreciate it.
You are listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. We are here with Q5, and we're going to go to another song. Again, the number to call in, should you feel so inclined, is 848-5920. Call in to talk to us in Q. Up next, we have Living in the Image by Brian Mahon. And we're back. You're listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on Radio Free Radio. That was It's a Shame by It's the Concept.
Shout out to It's the Concept.
And at our earlier music break, I don't recall if I gave the song of the second song. That was Why Not Me by Parks and Rec in our last musical break.
Parks and Rec.
We're here with Q5. We're kicking it. And we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Yep.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yo, what up? This is E.S. calling from the staircase and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What up, E? Shout out to the Wolf Pack. Keep it wolfy.
Yeah, Wolf Pack, what's happening?
That's the team, though. Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Made me think of Concept. Indeed. What's good, bro?
Man, listening to the show, man. I gotta say, well, before I get into the question, man, I remember I met you at the Palace on Plume at Fuzzy Wednesdays, and like you gave me like a good amount of confidence when you was like, "Yo, man, I joined, man, Thursday." I was like, "Oh,
yo, that's still my favorite song of yours forever." And it's Thursday right now. You should play it on the air. No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding.
Right on, yo. That's tight. So I want to ask you, man. It's like a two-part question. Like, how much have you seen the area as far as like the arts community grow since you've been like active in it, and also what do you think it's going to take to unify like, the whole Hampton Roads area, and also not just like artist wise, but as far as like people, because I feel like there's still so much of the population out here that has no idea that there's even an artistic community happening, and like there's things happening every day. So like, what do you got to say about that?
All right. The first part of the question was, you said, how has it grown? Yeah. With anything, it ebbs and it flows. But I think it's right now in the past year or two, it's definitely grown. I mean, last couple of years it's grown. I mean, and it's evident when you go to the open mics. Like George hosts the venue. When I started going to the venue, maybe like 2010, 2011, you'd be lucky if it was 15 people in there. We were talking about this on the drive over. You'd be lucky if it was 15 or 20, but they were 15 or 20 of the most eclectic people you would ever meet.
Right.
I do remember that. But like, if you go to the venue now, you can't get in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's growth. Yeah. So you can see it physically. There's growth. And then there's, you know what I'm saying, there's open mics coming out left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get it to the point where they endure, but like, the fact that the culture's popping up to where people want to do it. But I think we got to make sure, too, when these people are coming up, that they're doing it sincerely, which kind of might be contributing to why it doesn't last, because they're not as passionate about it as we are as performers, as
takes
people.
Patience. People think that you're going to open up an open mic and you're going to tear the doors down first night.
Nah.
Nah.
And even if you do, you can do it. The second night could be an empty room. And that's happened to me.
Right.
People will show love on the first day and be like, next week, dud. And that joint will crush you. You got to be prepared for that. And so the second part of the question was, oh man, I forgot. What was the second part of the question, bro?
Oh shit! Hold on, give me a second. I gotta remember.
Oh, how do I bring the people together? How do we bring the people together and unify?
Yeah, as far as like artist wise in the whole Hampton Roads area, and also just the population in general.
We gotta bring the love back to it. We gotta take
nothing. I kind of think Hampton Roads, we do a pretty good job.
The scene is pretty
better
heavy.
than some other communities that I've.
The scene is pretty heavy, but to even still to reach the people that don't know, because there's still people that are looking for it and don't know about it. We just gotta promote each other, man.
Yeah, that's Oh, I'm sorry, I
my-
didn't cut you off, because that's kind of like something that we touched on with Godchild was here. Like, I really think cats need to get together and bring back street teams heavy. Social media is good, but
Yeah.
I think we got to bring back some heavy footwork.
Yeah, that too. And I
Yeah.
mean, we got to bring the love back to it, and we got to support each other.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can't be, yeah. All right, I'll bring it back to this. Anybody that knows me knows I started this hashtag on Instagram called 757 supports 757. 757 support 757, right? And that started from me having a desire to promote other people's stuff. At the time, I didn't even have an open mic, but I was like, let me promote other people's stuff that I cannot profit from, that I have nothing to do with. I'm not part of their promo team, nothing. But I just want to show love to them and tell people, because I'm connected to people. I have an audience that might not know about it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own audience. So let me tell my people about your stuff so they could come to your stuff and go back and forth. And now it's grown to over like 3,000 posts on Instagram. We got to promote each other. We got to help each other. So that's why I'm out here literally on Monday night. I go to the venue, I go to Move Mondays, and Tuesday I do my spot. Then if there's a Wednesday spot, I try to go there. And then there's like tonight there's a sweet spot out in Hampton at B52. Shout out to Advantage Entertainment with Tab and Roan and Lenny D and all of them. Like, we got to go to each other's spots and try to tell our audiences and tell other people. But within that, we're going to have to do something big, man. And I got ideas in my brain, and like, you know what I'm saying, I've had conversations, but like, the hosts in the area too, like, we got to link up again and try to, like, we got to do like some sort of festival or something, like, for the art of it, some sort of block party, something where the community could see it and it's in a positive light and it brings people together, man. Like, but it can happen. It can happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's been multiple times where, like, Glow especially has brought it to our attention, like, you know what I'm saying, like, it's cool to be, you know, performing and doing all this stuff, but like, after a while, when you're just performing in front of your peers solely, it's like, you know, it's like, where are we going with this? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's it gonna take to get the people outside of this, you know what I'm saying, that ain't performers or whatever on board with what we doing and all that good shit.
True. I mean, I guess too, we gotta start going outside of this area, or you gotta start going to the other parts of town that you don't frequent. Like, on my side, I live in Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? So Norfolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach. It's not too many open mics that I can't go to where, you know what I'm saying, I don't get love, or I don't know somebody in the band or know the host, you know what I'm saying, because I've been cultivating this for years now. Like, I live this joint, but it's very few spots on the other side of the water, like Hampton, Newport News and stuff. But then two, I don't frequent that side. So like, we also got to start going outside of our comfort zones. That's really important too, you know what I'm saying? So like, hitting the other side of the water, going to Richmond, doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? I know you did the show out in Richmond, you had the comedy and the music. I mean, not the comedy and music, the art and the music, you know what I'm saying? And like, stuff like that, we got to bridge out and link with other people in our state, in our area, and, you know what I'm saying, unify, like you said. So yeah, we are the gatekeepers for that. We are the key holders. We gotta go out. We gotta go out and then bring it back in and put it together.
Right on, man.
Bars.
Solid. Keep it woolly, son.
Word. Thank you,
Absolutely.
ES. Incidentally,
Sure thing, bud.
Darrell will be our guest on May 5th.
Hey. Cinco de Mayo.
Right.
We'll be playing a lot of dope ES tracks, picking his brain.
Make sure you play Thursday.
We will
Gotta play
Thursday.
Thursday
We'll
for
definitely make
Thursday.
sure that gets on the playlist.
Make sure that people know it's EAYAES and shit.
But Darrell is how some know him best.
got a feeling that was that
Thank you for
Damn
calling
right.
in, brother. Talk to you soon.
All right, bro. Hey, I got that stuff waiting for you too.
Okay, cool.
The stuff. Is it Michael Jordan's secret stuff? Oh, my God.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Yo,
You got the secret stuff.
Asshole.
it's funny. To our listeners, we don't apologize, but
I do. I don't know who's listening to this right now.
Q. It's funny that he mentioned Palace on Plume because that's actually where I first met you, also. And
Shout out to the Fuzz Band. Shout out
definitely.
to Godchild.
Now-
Shout out to the Palace.
Now, Fuzzy Wednesdays has been
Legendary.
legendary, in
Exemplary.
this area. And
Ridiculous.
real quick, when I met you, like the second time I went, first time you were there performing, the second time, you were filling in for Godchild. Now
I was filling in at the Palace?
yeah.
I don't even remember that.
It
like,
was,
nah.
Yeah, you were
I've
hosting.
never
You were
hosted
hosting.
Fuzzy Wednesdays.
Yes, you did.
Bro, you're bugging.
No.
I would remember that.
And
I would
I-
have died to host Fuzzy
And
Wednesdays.
I had people to vouch for me.
I need those vouchers.
Okay.
We'll talk about that off air.
Q, what have you been doing? What were you doing that you don't remember?
Yeah.
No, Fuzzy Wednesdays was so legendary. I would remember hosting that.
I would think so too.
I've never hosted that.
You
Maybe he was like coming back from the bathroom or something. I was like,
Nah.
But I've never hosted a whole.
Nah.
You're mistaking me for somebody.
nah.
But I'm gonna let it rock for the purpose of the interview. Go ahead, continue the question.
Okay. Now, my thing
Lies,
is this.
trash.
My question is this. Like we said, agree with that's legendary. And what
15 years strong too. By the way, I'm sorry.
what did it feel like to have that crew of people to pull you in and motivate you?
Bruh, first of all, okay, so when I started going, I only had like 1 or 2 songs, and I would literally go every week, but I would only perform like every 2 weeks. So I was like, I only got these 2 songs or whatever. But like, I started growing, I started writing a little bit, and then I had 3 songs, and I would rotate them, whatever. And I was developing my style, because anybody that knows me knows with the live band, like I kind of go off of what they're doing and I make it happen. So it's like I was writing these songs, and then the fuzz band, they're so incredible. They play everything under the sun. They would be playing, and I would be in the audience sitting, waiting for my turn. And I'd start singing to the song that they were already playing. I'd be like, my song fits that. So I would get up and be like, yo, play that again, and do my song. And you know what I'm saying? All my stuff is like inspirational. A lot of it is God-centered and focused, but even when it's not, it's still inspirational, and it's like, you know, it's just good music. So it's like I was getting people to hear my message, and they didn't even know that I was giving them a message like that, because they were like, yo, I love this beat. But then it was like, yo, you're dope. So it was like, over time, it took a while, but over time, I remember the first time Gotcha like called me up and he was like, yo, this dude, man, he's dope, coming up next to the stage. He's like, y'all give it up for Quentin. This was before Q5. And he was just like, I was like, he knows me? He was like, yeah, he's been coming faithfully. He's this, he's that. And I the whole time I've been sitting there admiring this guy, like, oh God, isn't like he's the dopest, whatever, right? And then like when he really introduced me that first time he gave me a real introduction, like he knew me or like I was fam, I was like, oh snap. And then there was a point where, shout out to the Fuzz Band, because they're incredible writers and producers and music makers. Dwayne, Squire, Mishan, Nick, John, the whole BJ was in there back in the day, Boo Britt, all of them, whatever. Not whatever, but the first time I used to tell Mishan, and she's a chorus teacher at Oscar Smith Middle, and she's a songwriter as well. And she was like, yo, I don't say this to everybody, but like I listen to your lyrics and they're dope. And like there was another Myra Smith, shout out to Myra Smith and the Myra Smith experience. Like she used to be like, yo, that's crazy. And Tiffany Wright, she used to be like, yo, your hooks are dope. And they were like the regulars there. Myra Smith was like regular. Like she could get up there and do a whole set every Wednesday because she had been there like that. You know what I'm saying? And like when they started telling me I was dope, but like, and I started, not even that they were telling me that I was dope, but I could tell that they genuinely meant it. Because some people would be like, yeah, yo, that was fire, son. To kind of, you know what I mean? And then not be genuine. Like when I saw it was genuine and they liked it, and I was like, you're telling me this and I enjoy your songwriting and you enjoy my songwriting? Like, it was crazy. It was more of that come home vibe. It was like, you're here now. You know what I'm saying? Not even that I've arrived or anything like that, but it was just like, it makes sense that you're here. You're supposed to be soaking this up. You're supposed to be doing this. And shout out to them, because shout out to Godchild. That's why I always give him respect. I always pay homage, because Fuzzy's, it was sometimes I didn't even have the money, or that I walked to get there, but I had to get it off on a mic. And he would literally, it got to the point where sometimes I didn't have the money. The trumpet player, the leader of the Fuzz Band, Dwayne, was like, yo, where you been? I was like, yeah, I haven't had the money lately. It was $8, but it was so worth it. And he was like, yo, just come through, man. And I would get there early, and I would literally help the band bring in the stuff. He was like, I would help them bring it in. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, you good? And I would help them bring it in, or I would help them break down at the end of the night, just to show appreciation, because he would let me in, because Gotcha would be like, yo, he got to be my guest because he loves doing this so much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm paying dues, but at the same time, I'm showing appreciation, I'm showing love. And I think that's why it all comes back, or that's why I get it, because I'm sowing the seeds and I'm appreciating the culture, and I'm fully invested in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, those were real days. Like, yo, Gotcha, Fuzz Band, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Awkward silence.
I know, right? We're checking time. You think we got time for another song? You trying to hear another song, Q?
I mean, I want to keep talking, but now I'm just playing whatever y'all want to do, cause I feel like we got.
So
like,
what you got coming up next? When are we gonna get a project out of you,
Yo,
man?
okay.
I know I'm not the first person to ask
yeah,
this.
and you know, for years I've been like, yeah, I'm working on it, but I wasn't working on it.
Yeah, we
and
know.
even as I'm speaking, I'm not technically in the studio working on it. But this is the year that my mindset is to get something out. As you know, the joint I did at the Valentine's Day that you like, the Fine Love joint to the Dilla. I have it recorded, like I have it in an email right now, but it's not mixed or mastered. But it's also a J Dilla track, so I'm trying to figure out either how to release it with the Dilla track or how to get somebody to do it over. The beat over so I can release it for consumption. But I might just release the Dilla beat version on SoundCloud so people could listen to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got these songs that I've been walking around with for all these years at open mics. In addition to the few new things I've written, I'm gonna put out a body of work, and I've been speaking it. I'm saying it on internet radio. I'm saying it to the internet now, so I have to live up to it. That's what I've been. That's what I've been doing in 2016 is saying stuff, and because I feel like if I don't back it up,
do you have
a
concept?
Yeah, it's gonna be called The Rejuvenation.
Okay, and why?
It's gonna be called The Rejuvenation because. I mean, that's a good question. I haven't thought about that in a minute. But it's been like, there's times when I've been down. I fight depression, fought it, won, fight it some more. All these things this time, so anybody that knows me knows I've been up and down. It's been things that I've been through, you know what I'm saying? But like this music has always revitalized me. Every good moment that I could think of, like great moment in the past couple years, like the best day of the year or whatever, it was always connected to something that was musically inclined. Like, I stood on the table at the Palace on Plume and performed my song and broke the music, and everybody said that was a great day. Or I went to Harlem and opened up for my brother, or performed at my brother's show. Shout out to Kevin Irvin in New York, in Brooklyn. I performed at his show, and he smashed, I smashed. We did a song together. It was beautiful. Like that was the best day of that year. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always been connected. So like music revitalizes me, it rejuvenates me, but it's also refreshing. And like I said, all my stuff is positive and God centered. So with that being said, what I'm saying, God revitalizes me. So I just want to put the music out and revitalize the people. And it's coming. Just stick with me, y'all. It's so much going on. So much I want to do.
I don't think anybody's going anywhere, man.
It's so much I want to do, man, and but this is really the time. It's the time of it's the time. Like
you're definitely one of the most driven people I know, and I've definitely seen how you've grown Cypher Tuesdays just from a distance.
Bro, that means a lot coming from you.
Well,
you're an OG now. You didn't know.
After 4 years, is that what it is?
The cycle is quicker.
Shelf life?
It's quick. No, it's not a shelf life. Because you're still doing it. We're still here. But you gotta think about it. Like who's 4 years running that's out right now? I'm closing in on a year. Last Tuesdays
coming
is
up on
6 years possibly. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody else that's been at it. So you
I think
have
we all kind of look at Godchild like
he's
Gandalf
and
shit.
He's
Gandalf. He is.
Yeah.
To quote Kanye, he is our OG right now. You know what I'm saying? Like period. Period. As far as this open mic hosting stuff goes, he's the OG right now. And it's a bunch of us that are younger that are coming up underneath him from his tutelage or from watching him. And we're doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing at the venue. I've been a student of his. He didn't know I was a student, but I was watching him, admiring him. And now I'm doing what I literally have taken. It's funny how stuff comes full circle because now he helps me with Cypher. He'll work the door for me or whatever. And I'll say stuff and he'll be like, hey, yo, man, you stole that from me. I'll be like, yep, I did. What are you going to do about it? It's mine now. I'm still in your persona.
Yeah, I think we all do that on some level. The fact that we do an audience Q&A, I got that from how Terrell does Arts Out Loud.
You caught me off guard with that the first time I came through.
He'll ask 2 or 3 questions,
and
I was like, well, how can I do that but still make it different? Yeah. I was like, okay, I won't ask the questions.
Was that a
let
phone
the audience
call?
do it.
Did somebody hear a phone ring? Salam. Oh, yeah.
He's trying to say, you gotta get off the air.
Yeah.
Shout out to Seven and the Wolfpack. I just saw you commenting on the thing. I don't know if you listened.
Shout out to Madeline Garcia, who's now listening.
Yes, Maddie, they played your song earlier, too. It was very sexy. Sexy.
All right. So our lineup for the rest of April is as follows. Next week, Terrell, tell them who we got on the show.
We have man of many talents, George Pontus.
Week after that, on the 21st, we have the one and only hip-hop revolutionaries, the Rubber People.
Gosh, I can't wait for that show.
The 28th, we will be taking
bro.
a break from the show as they will be doing the Comedy Smackdown. That's still kind of up in the air. We will get back to you with details of exactly what we're going to do there. We are lining up some radio theater for you guys, and we're very, very excited about that. We'll have Marlon Hargrave and Dee Dee Delaney doing that soon. First week in April, we have ES. And for right now, that's all we're going to give you. You have been listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffles Show. My name is George.
I'm Terrell. Q5, plug it real quick.
Yo, Cypher Tuesdays, each and every Tuesday, 5018 5018 East Princess Anne Road in Norfolk. Doors open at 8. Show starts around 9. $5 cash cover. Live band, live art, good times, great food, great drink. pull up, man. Come through. It's such a great time. I can't wait to see y'all. Thank you so much to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show.
Thank
y'all
you for
rock,
being
man.
here, Q, man. You were fantastic.
Hey,
I appreciate your
I'm trying to
time.
give the best interviews, man. I'm trying to give the best interviews, bro.
And as
Word up.
always, remember, we do what we do.
Because we includes you.
Hey.
Good night,
And we're
everybody.
out.
Good night. God bless. Be safe, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.